Welcome to the Guardianly podcast. I'm Garrett.
And I'm Lila. At Guardianly, we're on a mission to modernize the phone call experience, to make it safer, smarter, and more productive. A big part of that mission is protecting you from the growing crisis of scam and spam calls that target millions of people every day.
Technology alone isn't enough. Education is just as important. That's why we've created this series, to bring real scam stories to life. Stories that are sometimes shocking, sometimes heartbreaking, but always full of lessons you can use to protect yourself and your loved ones.
And today's story introduces a scam tactic that's become alarmingly common. Scammers convincing victims to deposit their money into Bitcoin ATMs. It's a high-pressure scheme where the scammer often keeps the victim on the phone for hours to make sure they don't stop to think, check with loved ones, or verify what's really happening.
So let's walk through what happened.
This case comes from Hingham, Massachusetts, as reported by the Hingham Police Department in March 2025. The victim was a 76-year-old resident who believed he was protecting his life savings from a cyber attack.
It all began with a phone call. The scammers told him his computer had been infected with malware and that his bank account was at risk of being drained. They spun a story that even his local bank employees might be corrupt, so he shouldn't tell anyone what was happening.
The fear was real. Believing the warning, the man went to his bank, withdrew $30,000 in cash, and followed the scammer's instructions. They told him to put the money into a special FDIC machine to keep it safe.
But there's no such thing as an FDIC machine. What they really directed him to was a Bitcoin ATM inside a gas station in Norwell, Massachusetts. They told him it was a dual machine that could safely deposit his money. In reality, he was sending his cash straight into the scammer's cryptocurrency wallet.
After that, the scammer wasn't done. He called the man again, pressuring him to liquidate even more assets, another $35,000 from his stocks. He even told him to bring the cash home, where someone would pick it up to keep it safe.
And here's another critical piece. Throughout this ordeal, the scammer kept the man on the phone for hours. Police say this tactic is deliberate. It prevents victims from stepping away, calling a trusted family member, or simply pausing to think clearly.
Thankfully, this time the victim realized something wasn't right before handing over the second batch of cash. He reported it to his bank and to the police, but by then, the original $30,000 was gone.
So what can we learn from this story?
First, Bitcoin ATMs are a huge red flag. Scammers love them because the transfers are instant, irreversible, and untraceable. If anyone ever tells you to deposit cash into a Bitcoin machine for safekeeping, stop. It's a scam.
Second, recognize the tactic of being kept on the phone. If someone insists you stay connected while rushing to the bank or the store, that's a sign they don't want you talking to anyone else. Real institutions don't work that way.
Third, don't let fear override logic. These scammers are experts at creating panic, saying your money will be stolen, your identity is at risk, or even that law enforcement is corrupt. When you feel pressured, that's the moment to slow down and double-check.
And finally, this is exactly the kind of situation where Guardianly could step in. If the victim had been using Guardianly, the call would have been flagged as suspicious in real time. Our AI listens for those scam tactics, the pressure, the fake threats, the demand for Bitcoin, and it would have warned him before he lost his money.
So that's today's story. The 76-year-old man who lost $30,000 at a Bitcoin ATM. A reminder that scammers are always adapting, using new tools like cryptocurrency machines, and that fear is their favorite weapon.
Next time on the Guardianly podcast, we'll explore another real-life case. A different scheme, different tactics, but the same lesson. Scammers are out there, and awareness is your best protection.
Thanks for joining us today. If this story resonated with you, share this episode with someone you care about. The more people we reach, the harder it becomes for scammers to succeed.
Until next time, stay safe, stay aware, and remember, Guardianly is here to protect your calls, your connections, and your peace of mind.